If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I shall hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.
You're crying, Kadaya, Daya, Gadaya, because they're coming on the nation. Awo, 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 awo. Awo, 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 awo. Everybody frightened, they're running for cover. No respecter of persons, them bandit, them killer. They're raping and looting, they're killing you dead, dead, nobody escaping. Booyaka, bullet in your head. Oh my country, overnight, get so angry, on uptight. I search out the answer, and this is what I discover. Or you push the creator out, you get the one thing in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, no knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits. Their mind have nothing in it but O's and A's and CXC, but no knowledge of the Almighty. Just because you push the Creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, you're reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me where you're balling for, where all you crying for, where you're balling for, where all you crying for is you who push the Creator out. Yeah. Every generation that comes is nothing more than a reproduction of the one gone before. All your double standards and your false value, they come back and catch you off guard and confusing you. What you're seeing is yourself manifesting, nothing else. Check the children's performance, then look deep in your conscience. You go see, all you push the Creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, no knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits. Their mind have nothing in it but O's and A's and CXC, but no knowledge of the Almighty. Just because you push the Creator out, you didn't want the name in your.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Of the school curriculum, you're reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me where you're balling for, where are you crying for, where you're balling for, where are you crying for.
How are we doing this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead right now, let them know that class is in session. Yours truly, Royalty James. I am here again for another wonderful evening.
Because it's all you who made them and shaped their mentality. What you did in secret,
They do it openly.
don't run away from it. It's your own.
Share the live right now.
A mango,
Tag somebody.
a donkey,
Let's get ready to have a conversation.
dark.
This is yours truly, Royalty James. It is the 10th day
Because
of the 10th month, 2023.
so you take him out of the school curriculum, no knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits. Little girls who are photogenic, prostituting their body on the heat, the bomb and punch with pornography. Just because you push the Creator.
To the people over on my YouTube page, good afternoon to you.
So you take him out of the school curriculum, you're reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me where you're balling for, where are you crying for,
Let's get ready to have a conversation.
where are you.
Let's get ready to speak, ladies and gentlemen.
You didn't want the name in your mouth, So you take him out of the school curriculum. You're reaping the fruits of your actions.
Yeah, open book exam, I like that. Share up the live, ladies and gentlemen. Make this one shareable. Gillian Patterson, she says she's listening all the way from England. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope everybody would have had himself a wonderful, wonderful day. It is approximately 6 minutes past the hour of 6, and we are ready to jump in. Today's weather condition was 30 degrees. It was mostly sunny. And for the rest of the evening, we're praying that we have, how should I put it, variable weather. I want this some kind of meteorological. All right. So good evening again, and we're ready to jump in. We're ready to have our conversations. We want to start this evening's program by welcoming back with us Dr. Julie Dubois. She would have had a warm welcome today at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, and we want to say welcome back to our stalwart female dentist here in Grenada. And I must say, dispatch here, St. Mark's proud. I must give kudos to the persons who went to welcome back in Dr. Julie Dubois to the island today. I hope that she would have had a wonderful time, and she's back after writing the history book, or rewriting the history books. But I shouldn't say rewriting, because she basically is the first. Okay, so I want to believe she commenced the book. I want to believe Dr. Julie Dubois commenced the book, so it's not a matter of she rewriting. She is actually history, right? In years to come, Sister Julie Dubois, your name will be remembered. And I am certain that your footprints will be remembered on our wonderful soil here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to extend that level of congratulations again to Dr. Julie Dubois, and we here in the classroom, and we're proud because, I mean, it's a classmate, right? It's a classmate, right? So we are extra elated. We're extra elated as it relates to the achievements of Sister Julie Dubois. Well, most persons would not know her Sister Julie Dubois, but Dr. Julie Dubois. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into it, as they say in local terminology, quick and fast. And I am not going to hesitate to jump into it, and I'm keeping to the conversation of health. I want to say that today, Mental Health Day was recognized throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And so we want to ensure that we understand that mental health can be not one that is contagious, but we ought to care for the people who have mental illness. And we do know that there are circumstances that may be derived from, whatever circumstances by them getting there. All right. However, my disappointment, jumping into it because I tell you I can't stick. An achievement like this, and you see how at the end of the day they always try to ask us, don't put politics in everything. But I make sure I waited, and I was patient enough. I was very patient before speaking to this. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you have never seen politics played in a bigger way in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, I am certain that you just said it. Go to the Ministry of Health page. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, go to the page and see where on the page did they give any form of recognition to Dr. Julie Dubois. An achievement of such standard, a recognition, ladies and gentlemen, of such standard. Someone who have been serving the health sector outside of political affiliation. If you want to put it that way, then that's your business. But outside of political affiliation and what you believe, it is only right, ladies and gentlemen, that the Ministry of Health gave some form of recognition to the achievement of Sister Julie Dubois. And it is blatant party politics. It is blatant disrespect. What happened, and at the end of the day, you see the levels now these people would go when it comes to politics. You see the level they would go. Because when you look all the last time there, and I took the time off, ladies and gentlemen, to go through it. An achievement of such standard. The very first Grenadian, the second person within the Caribbean region with such an achievement. And you're saying to me, the government of the day paid no respect to that? And at the end of the day, it was everything only making politics. Well, if you don't want to make that politics, then something is wrong. Dr. Dubois, despite her political affiliation, as to you all put it, have been a stalwart individual within the field that she has been in. Dedicated her time to the Grenadian people. So outside of party politics that you all want to play with it, Sister Julie Dubois have dedicated decades to the health industry in Grenada. That is as equal as all your body about, oh, let's pay pension because the people work hard. The people would have worked hard to where we reach today. Sister Dubois' involvement in the dentist field has brought dentists to where it is today. And a recognition that goes internationally. Our local government failed. And you know, and they can't come and tell me, oh, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this here should be a Grenada's achievement. This should be a Grenada's achievement. This is not trying to play politics now. Also recent, we saw Kirani James come in what? Second or third? Anyways, we saw the recognition given to Kirani James. We saw the recognition given to other athletes and other persons on their achievements. Imagine an individual who has dedicated her life within the Ministry of Health. Only in recent times you all show all your victimization behind her. But as he said, when one door is closed, many others are opened. And you're saying to me, ladies and gentlemen, that if what is so hard to on the Ministry of Health page to have posted the recognition or the achievement of Dr. Julie Dubois, what it is, you all are going to stoop so low because of political conflict or conversation? This is a national recognition. Despite whoever party she would have support or she chose her support behind, this is a Grenada's achievement. When you look at the international, the regional news, when it was recognized by Loop, go and Loop News and watch and see what they said. Did they say a supporter of the new national party? No. They said the very first Grenadian. That is who they said. The very first Grenadian. And that is what takes prevalence over every single thing. That's what takes prevalence over every single thing. And so parents, and that is how you have to put it, because when people start moving that way, you have to start moving with them. As old people say, move with the tide. Because at the end of the day, my son or my daughter might be doing very well in the sporting field or something like that. And because she father or she mother is affiliated with a particular party, they may not be recognized. And this is what this shows. This is what this shows. You play party politics for what? The recognition of an individual who has dedicated her life. Her life, and not no one. And I said, well, I say in life because from the time I knew Sister Julie Dubois, that is what I know she's doing. And you're saying to me, decades of dedication to Grenada, an international recognition, and the Ministry of Health, the government of today, could not have in no way in absolutely no way or form make that recognition public. Yeah, GBN mentioned it. GBN is giving news. GBN is giving news. But as a country, go on the page. I went on it today. I scroll as far as I could scroll. I scrolled back to as far as October 3rd. No recognition. Nothing. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe we should go look at it together. Maybe somebody might come and say, but nah, look at the page, man, you didn't look good. So to the class, Tonyo, for the many of us who work with our book, go to the Ministry of Health page, because I'm on it presently, and I'm scrolling, and I continue to scroll, and I'm scrolling. Ministry of Health, I'm as far as what? October 1st. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then at the end of the day, they tell you, oh, all of this NNP and them disgruntled because all you lose. Things like that is what make us upset. Things like this is what makes us upset, ladies and gentlemen. Because they want to remember what they want to remember. They recognize what they want to recognize. And you see the thing, at the end of the day, they just try to hide the bad. They know everything. They come to transform everything. Transformation in full swing. Everything. But simple information, they don't know. Information like this, ladies and gentlemen.
Kalisha, good morning, go ahead.
Avoid answering my question?
You asked my question, I answered. I asked you a question, you can answer me too. The two-way conversation, Kalisha.
Did you speak
Kalisha,
to the
good morning, go
Minister of
ahead.
Health people coming here, sir?
How is the morning going, Kalisha?
Yes, can you just address, can you just, I mean, the public will know brief what is happening here.
Yeah.
Is that surprise to you that
Well, I just happened to make a visit up here this morning.
Listen to this.
I just visited the constituencies. I visited the hospital yesterday.
Imagine the minister, the minister of government, not the prime minister that's speaking there. Please be careful. The minister is visiting constituencies. Are you listening? And are you listening carefully? The minister, MIT, is visiting.
I just happened to make a visit up here this morning. I just
Constituencies.
visited the constituencies.
Yeah.
I visited the hospital yesterday. I had a staff who lost a child in an accident in Granans. So I went there yesterday. I decided to make a pass here today, and I happened to see the protest, you know. So I just spoke to the people.
So let's put everything into perspective. At the time this was done, that was the acting prime minister. Right? There was a protest action taking place that commenced since about last Monday, last Wednesday. And the acting prime minister was unaware that there was a protest taking place. We're using his words. The acting prime minister at the time, while a protest was taking place throughout the Ministry of Health, the acting prime minister is saying to the nation, hey, I did not know that this protest was taking place. I happens to passing. You all not simply sit down and assess what these people are saying, or they understand what it does be saying. Let's move on.
And we'll speak to the Minister of Health and see what we can do to resolve the matter. Yeah.
So at the time he got there, with the protest action having begun or commenced prior, as the acting prime minister, understand that at this stage of this interview, while the protest was taking place, the Minister of Health had not yet communicated with the acting prime minister that there was protest action at Mongai. So take it to mean that there was a riot up there take it to mean that the persons up there were pelting bottle and stone and whatever else. It means that the acting prime minister was walking into a fiery furnace unknowing to him, because the minister of health failed to inform the acting prime minister that there is a protest action taking place at our mental institution. This is based on his words. You understand me?
You're aware that this was happening before you came here?
If you notice, I just said that.
Here the question posed: were you aware that this was happening there? And here the answer:
In the past, and I just saw.
So the acting the acting prime minister, while a protest action taking place in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, you understand me, happens to be passing. Now, the institution in which the protest action is taking place is under the government of Grenada. So, if someone that, okay, the boss, you in charge, something is happening within a particular department and you don't know, you have no idea, the acting prime minister say he happened to be passing. Ask it again. Where the snake? Let the snake ask it again.
Notice, I just said that I happened to pass and I just saw the protest.
The acting prime minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, while a protest action is taking place in Grenada, you understand me, between workers of the government of Grenada, the prime minister or the acting prime minister at the time is saying he happens to pass. So persons could have been dying up there, and the acting prime minister was unaware that a protest action is taking place at our mental institution, a place so fragile. GBN brought the clipping the night. I played the clipping. Let's go on, brother.
So, and that's what happened. As part of our visit, right, I was making, let me explain.
Oh, so you came to visit the hospital, sir?
Let me explain, right?
Let you explain.
I had a staff who lost a child yesterday. So I visited the hospital yesterday. I decided this morning to pick a pass here. After here, I go down by Melville Street down there. Just a general pass. And when I came here, I happened to see this shit this morning. And I spoke to the union rebellion today. And we had a chat on it. And I just engaged the workers. And that's it.
So this is not the first day of protest action. You were unaware that the workers in the district workers.
They don't know my ministry. My ministry is the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. So I'm acting in the role as Prime Minister. That's why they decided to just go. Just make some wrongs, as the Prime Minister will do now and then. So you can appreciate that, right?
You did not.
Yo, this thing is getting me nauseous. This thing is not sickling nobody. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is our new Grenada transformation. Can you stomach what you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen? Can you grasp as an electorate, a grown individual? How do you defend that? If I'm a supporter of a particular party, and I hear my minister of government talking to, I'm giving him real fire, You are forget about the ministry, because he's still trying to be defensive. That okay, that's not my ministry, but your ministry have been set aside, Mr. Williams. Your ministry there and then was set aside. You were the acting prime minister. A protest action is on its second day. You are presently overseeing every single ministerial position there and then. The Ministry of Health included. And so, the only thing prioritized and the conversation as the Prime Minister there and then should have been with the Ministry of Health. You didn't have to go up there. And you don't have to stand up outside and speak with the union leader and speak outside with them. No. This is not how it's done, brother. You don't do that. There is top table conversations. That is how you do that. Or you're passing and you see them protesting and you speak to the union leader and you engage the person. That is not how it happens, sir. This is a protest action. And so, anything to be said there and then is that, okay, you go on your phone, you call the Minister of Health, you tell the union leader, hey, we're going to have a meeting tomorrow, we're going to have a meeting next week, or maybe when the Prime Minister gets back on island, we're going to... Grenada need two back wall, two big back wall, because we're going down the drain. Grenada need two big, tall back wall, because it's down the drain we're going. You are the Prime Minister. And that's what you said. You said it yourself. You're doing what the Prime Minister does do. Make a like a drive wrong. Excuse me. Today I needed to be so stringent. I want to stay focused on my plan, but on my plot and plan. But I mean, people, come on. Let us be politically smart. Fear not about, we always talking politics. Politics is part of life. Some people like football. Some people like cricket. Some people, all what they talk is cricket. All they talk is wrestling. People like what they like. Right? And so the persons who like politics, let me talk politics. This is not politics. That is Papi show. Because this is not the manner in which you ought to be answering persons and questions asked. You're passing, or you happen to be passing, you're making a wrongs, and you hear about a protest action within the Ministry of Health? Seriously? As the acting Prime Minister? All I would say is this.
Oh, good people. When I tell you liars, all of them is a bunch of lies. I tell you, my friend used to tell me long time, lying come like talking the truth for them. I tell you that. Lying come like talking the truth for them. Damn could lie, boy. Oh, God. Jesus, boy. I tell you, if them see that word truth, them is no good people. When I tell you liars, all of them is a bunch of lies.
That is how we have to put it. That is, we can shade it, ladies and gentlemen. We can't shade it. Because at the end of the day, and as I said before, they mention things like this, ladies and gentlemen, before they get into politics.
What else going on? But you voting for NMP or NDC or whatever it is. When you go into a rally, go and listen to exactly what they are saying. See if it makes sense. Get a pen and paper, write it down. And when they go in office, hold them against it. I mind just can't just come and just promise you XYZ, and when you come here doing it, hold them against it.
Right.
And if we start demanding more other people, they wouldn't have a choice but to raise their level. But if these parties see that we just anything goes for us, they will continue giving us mediocre.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You heard that?
The wiring and the fiber optics have already been run. So basically, we're looking at next week to start the road markings. And we are looking at May, the month of May, to complete the installation of the lights. So yes, the lights should be up by June, up and running. The wiring and the fiber.
what else going on? Or you voting for NMP or NDC or whatever it is. When you go into a rally, go and listen to exactly what they are saying. See if it makes sense. Get a pen and piece of paper, write it down. And when they go in office, hold them against it.
And the wiring and the fiber optics have already been run. So basically, we're looking at next week to start the road markings. And we are looking at May, the month of May, to complete the installation of the lights. So yes, the light.
So we understand. I play the clips so you would understand. I play the clips, ladies and gentlemen, too, so that you would understand. And I hope some of us did understand. Hold them accountable. Do you hear the words? Hold them accountable. This gentleman just promised Grenadians, told Grenadians, May of this year, not 2024 at all, Mr. Brave Boy. Not 2024. May, June. He said next week. And you see, you hear the specification? You hear him specified? That, hey, we're going to do it by then, and we're going to do it by then. And he said by next week. Fiber optic, painting road. By May, June. Right? The lights should be on. By May, June. So there was a probability. A probability that the lights are going to be on by then. As you asked Mr. Andy Williams, that when you go there and you make statements like this, what you said to do? Tell us what you said to do again. When politicians do that, what to do?
And when they go in office, hold them against it.
Right. Fine. Hold them against it. Once they go in office, hold them against it. Mr. Andy Williams, we are holding against you that you had promised Grenadians by, I want to use your words, I don't want you say that I'm playing on your words. You said by May, June. Please, somebody, tag Andy Williams. Let him know that the date today is the 10th of October. The 10th of October. You understand me? I, as an electorate, or persons that you promised, you mandated yourself. And I want us to get that point. When government mandates themselves to perform a task, I don't believe that the people must again go to them and say, ain't you say you're doing that? Ain't you say you should have done that? No. Because, and it happens in life. If a grown man says to you, hey, this is what is going to happen, it is not your expectation to go back and say to him, well, and you said no. If you're man and responsible enough, and the thing about it, as I always tell people, the fact of the matter is, things come up. You heard Dr. Mitchell in last week's press briefing. He said all those things. Things just happen, people. In government, things come up. Things come up. Something might take priority. But it is the role of government to come to the people and let them know is what you call in communication feedback. That is what you call feedback. Because if you say by May, June, it will be done, the expectation that we have gone July, August, September, we're in month number 4. And if you come into us and say, well, we would have had, issues, or there is legislation that needs to be written, or you have to let the people know that. And hence the reason why when you don't do it, what do we do? What do we do?
And when they go in office, hold them against it.
Thank you. And we're holding you against this because this is a mandate you gave to yourself. This is a mandate you gave yourself. You gave yourself that mandate. Right? So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, government, we need not to come and ask, well, when they're putting on the light again, no. Government's role and responsibility is that you come to the people and say, you have had parliament sittings, you could jump it in, you could jot it in. You should jump it in, you're coming in. We know it's not proper that you come and say, okay, well, it would have been done. Fine. But 4 months going, it is excessive. Because everything is there. You pass every time and you see the lights up and everything. You see the things are up. And then you just have the people there now, like, you gave yourself that mandate. You said by May, June. So if a man tell me by May, June, what I'm waiting to see in August and July and September, I'm expecting some form of feedback. That is what you need to do. I can be jumping on emotion that, okay, you say you go do, man, and I go just wait. No. You have to hold politicians accountable for things that they do, failure or success. And you see, if we start walking that political line, you would realize there's a lot of difference in politics. Because at the end of the day, if a politician tell you X or Y, the expectation is that at the end of the day, he comes back to you and give you a feedback. That is what communication is. Alright? Right. So we're moving on. Because then there is this. This one here, 91. Again, they're waiting for us to come and ask a question. Or Grenadians to start making noise. Look at it. Hear it again.
Speaker, the MIT ministry was able to successfully complete negotiations with the affected residents of Molineux to accelerate the commencement of the critical Molineux landslip rehabilitation project. Had there been no MIT, God knows where we would have been with the project.
You see, they did think about it. You see, when you're a lawyer, you have the ability to play on words. And Mr. Dickard Mitchell did a very good job at the end. Hear it again. Hear it.
We would have been with the project.
What you say?
God knows where we would have been with the project.
And God knows, ladies and gentlemen, where we at with the project. God knows at present where we at with. Only God knows. Well, only God and the National Democratic Congress administration knows where we at with the project. If anybody have any recent update on the project, share it with me. If anybody have any recent update on the Molineux project, thank God for the Ministry of MIT. Please, the Ministry of MIT, give us a little update. Only God knows. Only God knows where we are at present with that same project that only God knows where we would have been. No update. Nothing. Press conferences after press conferences, conversation after conversation, parliament sitting after parliament sitting. God knows where we would have been. And God alone knows where we're at with this project. And you see, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, for those of us who are intelligent enough to have remembered the 2008 National Democratic Congress, this present administration are walking in that same path. They're walking that same line, even thinner. Because at the end of the day, you see, what is being done, or what has been allocated to be done, because as you know what it would say, government is continuum. Realize that government is continuum, only way they don't have to go and negotiate for monies. Because look at all the projects where, okay, they still have to go and negotiate for a particular amount of money to continue a project. You see, they're not touching that at all. They're not touching that at all. They start with the practice, they go in and fix that day. They bill in that day. That one starting over there. That one starting over there. And at the end of the day, completion on all of them is nil. Completion on all of them. All you see, they're going back, and when you hear them talk, oh, we are allocated monies, the past administration allocated money for such and such, how long ago? Because they know that it's allocated funds. How many have they negotiated for thus far? Let's be realistic. How many, or what grand project has this administration allocated for any new funding in their initiative? Think about it yourself. Any project that you hear that is going to be spoken about now is that NNP would have allocated, and they didn't get it done, so they go in and get it done. Because the grants or loan or whatever is there, and still you could get it. At the end of the day, what significant project? Nothing to allocate. All they do, what I said to you, is that whatever they believe, they have a project they're speaking about where something in Granite Town. See, they show some steps. Anybody who was following the GBN would have seen where they went up somewhere in Granite Town. Come on, let's be honest. What's the frequent tourist visit in Granite Town as of late? And you see, they are, and again, I'm going back to the word prioritizing. They are not prioritizing nothing. It's what is important. It's not being done. No, anything you see that they have to negotiate for. Anything you see they have to negotiate for. Like for instance, there should be negotiations on the River Road project. Man, you're mad, they're not going back behind that. That project closed. They encounter problems at Molineux now, and the probability exists that they would have to go now, find a loan or allocate fundings for that. They don't want to do that. They jump on something else. And that is how they go. That is how they go. All what you hear or what you keep hearing is things that are non-beneficial. Not benefiting nobody. Just a set up happy show. You hear they signing how much document for planes to coming to Grenada? How much have they developed on the human resource and welfare in terms of our aviation? Go on the airport. Hear the complaints from persons on the airport as it relates to the welfare there. As to the welfare there, aviation, and go back to last year's budget. What was allocated for aviation in Grenada under this administration? So you understand where the conversation goes. So you're bringing in more plane, so on and so forth, but the welfare and working condition at the airport remains bad. Remains null, if I should say. So you see, at the end of the day, people, when you're weighing and balance, this is what you weigh and balance. And as I say today, as I continue to say, there are things, ladies and gentlemen, on a day-to-day basis, that propels an economy. Your ability and your spending power. And as I said to you, you have to be no economist. You You go around and you should be able, as they say, to get the feel on the ground. And we learned that from our very own technological political activist when he was taking out pictures in town when Melville Street empty. He said, not going on in Grenada, man. And at the time, it was accepted. It was accepted because at the end of the day, he's the best analysis, political analysis. And his judgment of people not being on Melville Street is that money not spending. But no, when you do it, they're asking you. So people start to say to you, people start to save their money now. I tell people, at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, if the National Democratic Congress does not end up on Cartoon Network, I don't know who will. So we want to move on with our conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We want to move on with our conversation. Now, we had circulating yesterday, well, days before, where we have individuals that are getting contracts that are lump sum contracts that are spending, the spending is exorbitant, for want of a better word. Contracts in which sometimes you can't even find, because long page, long read, and you're asking yourself, well, persons are asking themselves, well, when that contract signed at this time, and how come we have never seen, anything being done as it relates to that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you, it is what it is. They will jump from here to all the way over there. You pass, for instance, the well-modeled basketball court in Grand Dance. For those of us who frequently pass in that river, you see what is taking place there? It has not even reached 20% yet of completion. And then you go on the parliamentary representative page and you see put up a fire station now. So you understand? And I want all you to get the concept of what I'm speaking. You understand me? So it's just like you're grabbing at everything. You're grabbing at everything. Stay one place. Fix yourself up. You know all what taking place in every other place. But as the acting prime minister, you didn't know that a strike action was taking place. Strike action taking place, use the acting prime minister, you don't know. But every other thing, you posting up on Facebook, oh, you want to do this and you want to do this. And I would continue to say, people, I would continue to see, and I think there is a significant difference there. I think Brother Andy Williams understands how to be a politician. Remember, a politician is a person that goes with the individual characteristics. Politician. So that man is a politician, and he might be, showing signs to be a very good politician, but he has not yet understand politics. Because you could do millions for a people. The importance of a politician is first and foremost his people and his people's interests. You're there all over Grenada. You're there in every constituency. And I'm saying to you, I'm being in the South. There are complaints in the South. There are complaints in the South. There are areas and territories they don't want to see him at all. Because you see, you're jumping, you're biting there, you're biting there, you're eating there. Take your time. I can't do them. Take your time. Take your time. It's something that you don't need to rush into. Take your time. So if you are the acting prime minister and you in Grenada and on the second day of action, because if you didn't pass the, based on what the prime minister is saying, or the acting prime minister would have said, that if he didn't pass the, take it to mean that his co-worker or his subordinate did not meet up in the accident. He would have never known what was taking place at the mental institution. That is bad. Some people say when you don't do say nothing at all. Maybe how you started, you were going good. When you say, oh, you don't know, and you don't know, and you don't know. You should have stuck to that. We understand, ladies and gentlemen. Now, funny enough, and I want to end this evening with that conversation. Funny enough, and you see, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let's put things into perspective and how life is. If you get an individual who is experienced in a particular field, in a particular area, that person would have worked in that area before. You're of the belief that you would use the professional intelligence, the experience, what they know, the knowledge about a particular conversation. Now, this present government was gifted with a nice gift. He was marked 10 on it. Number 10. That is what was marked on the gift. Right? That is what was marked on the gift that was given to the National Democratic Congress. Funny enough, they unwrap the gift and they just throw it in the corner. Because with the conversation surrounding the Ministry of Housing, you're gifted. You are gifted. You are gifted with an experienced, eloquent, one of the hardest working minister of agriculture we have ever seen in Grenada, Carriacou, pretty much. And what are you doing? What is being said? Are you hearing that gift? Do you believe that this experience is being put into practice? I would say a resounding no. And to me, again, I want to trend on that. Somebody saying that they give for purchase. Well, I mean, the give. I've heard the give away themselves. Some people say I give away yourself. I've heard that for the first time we have seen a give away themselves. But in whatever way, I honestly believe, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, what is important to note here is that the significant silence, the utter silence that comes from the past Minister of Housing. And I believe in such capacity, as of now, and the units distributions and so on and so forth, could have played a significant part in this whole fazi. And funny enough, nothing. Not a word. Not a word. And it's astonishing. Really astonishing. Really, really, really astonishing. Because at the end of the day, I believe in most cases, when you get the opportunity to have an experienced person on your team, it's a feather in your cap. Because you want to use that person promptly. You don't want to use that person because you know that individual or individuals, they know what they're about. So you want to use them in order to say, well, watch me, that person have been there before, so we could use that person. Nothing. Somebody says she balling with their mouth closed. No, we have gotten used to that. You understand me? We have gotten used to that, and I want to just throw this out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is really, really, really disrespectful. Then sometimes people say when you're stupid, when you put yourself that low, you get that treatment. And you go low and you meet them, they're gonna treat you the way. Because such an experienced politician, and the manner in which I believe she's been treated is like, you did, but you don't did. It's like you get like a blight within the ministry. And funny enough, at this stage, I was certain that at this stage, this individual would have had a ministerial position. Because you have all the experience. What you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. You have all the experience. You have everything. If you're going to look for a job and you have all the credentials to hold the position. You're a parliamentary representative. You're an experienced politician. You have served in more than one ministries before. You have been in charge of. So it's not a new thing. It's not like we're going to try you out. It's not like they're going to try you out, but no. We can't ask why she don't get ministerial position, but they want to know when it's the convention. Mind all your business. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the Carriacou and Petty Martinique New York chapter, they're going to present to you a fish fry fundraiser. That's on November 18. It starts at 12 p.m. until music by DJ Gemini. You can contact Nisha, Jacinta, or Wilson. There's a solid bar that it would be at 302 East 91st Brooklyn, New York, between Lenox and Claxon. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can go out there and enjoy that wonderful, wonderful treat. To the persons out there in New York, you would be able to have that fish fry fundraiser. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's asking exactly, tell them again. What's her job description? Moving on. I find you should tell me, Mattis, what is her job description? What work she doing? I believe she's at Livera. When last checked, I think she's somewhere at Livera. Disrespectful much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to my friends and family out there in Carriacou, right? So today I want to commence after having, I don't let the government know, after having negotiations, we have had a very new person joining the classroom in terms of ads. That would be Mr. Grill International. All right, you can follow him on Instagram. He does outdoor catering. He specializes in outdoor catering, private functions, and pool parties, etc. All right, you can get him on Mr. Grill 12341 at outlook.com. You can call him on 403-753 or 410-7530. All right, so again, that would be 403-7530 or 410-7530. You can follow him on Instagram on Mr. Grill International, or his email, as I aforementioned, that would be Mr. Grill 12341 at outlook.com. All right, there is ribs and wings, fish, and many more. So it is located on the sister isle there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. All right, you have Island Reefs, brings you flavor of the world, culinary craft and experiences combined to offer you an international menu. They say treat your plate at your world tour. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can check out Mr. Grill International. Anytime I come to Carriacou, is there anybody in Carriacou on is there anybody in Carriacou on the live? If anybody's from Carriacou on the live, whenever I come to Carriacou, we're dining right there. All right, so don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I have some students. So at this stage, we're left with just about 3 minutes in the program, 2 to 3 minutes in the program. Now, if you want to call in and share any views, right, you have just about 2 to 3 minutes to do so. You can call me on 536-5843. Again, I would say 536-5843. You can only call me on WhatsApp. Don't forget, you cannot call me on any straight number. So you can call me on 536-5843. We have just about 2 minutes left. So you can feel free right now to call in and give whatever suggestion, whatever conversation you want to have. Please remember, you don't try to defamate anybody's character, be obscene or insultive in any type of way. All right, so we have a little time left. Wow, that time is flying. We have 2 minutes left. So, ladies and gentlemen, today was another wonderful day in terms of information. We would be back on again tomorrow, God's willing. I pray that everybody would have had themselves a wonderful day. The information disseminated this afternoon, I hope that it was edifying and it brought some light into something that you maybe was unaware about. All right, to the persons over on my YouTube page, I want to say a special good afternoon to you guys. And I always say I love to see my views over on my YouTube page. I find my Facebook page, I find not like I have to go a competition. My views on my YouTube page is presently at 286, right? And my concurrent views is 144. That's persons that are always looking, right? And we're 286. And look over on Facebook, you know, we're just, so we need to work on our we will need to work on that. All right, Facebook, my Facebook students, we need to work on that. Mattis is saying, I want to call, but the chief engineer is around next class to clear up some ambiguities. If you have any ambiguities, Mattis, I have my prefect, who is Keisha Walcott. She can clear up any ambiguities that you have. If you have anything concerning any questions, you can call in any one of the ministries. They would be able to assist you with that. Remember, the program is simply to disseminate information. That is what is relevant, and not to have an argument in any kind of way. All right? So if you have any form of ambiguities to be cleared up, you can either speak to Keisha Walcott or you can call any one of the ministries in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being a part of this evening's class in session. And we are very, 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 very happy to have had you guys here. It is presently 7 o'clock. So we are going to get ready to jump out right now. Take care of yourself and your family. God's blessings to each and every one of you. The evening is going to be a little bit chilly, I could tell. If you don't believe me, in the morning I'm going to remind you guys. Tonight is going to be a little bit chilly. So don't be scared to cloak up. All right, to the persons out there in the diaspora, it is always a pleasure to have you all, visit us here on the program. I hope that some of you all are coming home for Christmas. To the many of you all that are, then ensure that on your way down, please put I want a bag of snow. All right, if you're coming down for Christmas, I want a bag of snow. It did nothing like that. I want it just like how you got it in New York or England or wherever. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. Again, it was a pleasure. This is yours truly, Royalty James. I am signing out for another wonderful evening, and we will see you again tomorrow. All right?
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I shall hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.
Gadaya, you crying, Gadaya, Daya, Gadaya, because they're coming on the nation. Awo, 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 everybody frightened, they're running for cover. No respect of persons, them bandit, them killer. They're raping and looting, they're killing you dead, dead. Nobody escaping. Booyaka, bullet in your head. Oh my country, overnight, get so angry, on uptight. I search out the answer, and this is what I discover. Or you push the creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, no knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits. They might have nothing in it but O's and A's and CXC, but no knowledge of the Almighty. Just because you push the Creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, you're reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me where you're balling for, where are you crying for, where you're balling for, where are you crying for, is you who push the Creator out, yeah. Every generation that comes is nothing more than a reproduction of the one gone before. All your double standards and your false value, they come back and catch you off guard and confusing you. What you're seeing is yourself manifesting, nothing else. Check the children's performance, then look deep in your conscience. You go see, or you push the Creator out. You didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, no knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits. They might have nothing in it but O's and A's and CXC, but no knowledge of the Almighty. Just because you push the Creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth. So you take him out of the school curriculum, you're reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me where you're balling for, where are you crying for, where you're balling for, where are you crying for, is you who push the Creator out. You didn't want the name in your mouth. Don't condemn the children for their iniquity, because it's all you who made them and shaped their mentality. What you did in secret, creator out. You didn't want the name in your mouth, so you take him out of the school curriculum. No knowledge of God for your children. Look around you, all you have is teenage bandits, little girls who are photogenic, prostituting their body on the heat, the bomb and punch with pornography. Just because you push the creator out, you didn't want the name in your mouth, so you take him out of the school curriculum. You reaping the fruits of your actions. So tell me, where you balling for? Where are you crying for? Where you balling for? Where are you crying for? Is you who push the creator out. You didn't want the name in your mouth, so you take him out of the school curriculum. You reaping the fruits of your actions. I see you, Gadaya, Gadaya, Gadaya. It's coming on the nation. Gadaya, Gadaya, Gadaya. You will hold your belly and ball. Gadaya, Gadaya, Gadaya.